All right, market update here in the third, starting here with NVDA. So NVDA, the longer this takes to consolidate, the longer I think that this is probably a fifth wave right here. You look at how short this was, and then we got this ABC move, and we got this move up to new highs right here. I would say this is probably the fifth wave. It's a shorter fifth wave because we retraced basically to the 0.38 fib. And then what I don't like about this move is it looks like an impulse move down. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4 is what I have as a count. And we still have not made that fifth wave down. So I think that there's a chance that this comes down a little bit farther. Not sure how far down it will come down, but probably somewhere around 115 based on the first wave. If that were to happen, that would complete 5 waves. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That would be a wave A or 1. And that would mean we can retrace after that. So the rest of the market I've gone over is probably going up. So if this were to happen down to like 115, then I would expect a retracement probably to this gap fill at 125. That's about a 10% move higher. That would be enough to get QQQ up to 495, SPY up to 580-ish, and then that would end up being a B or a second wave. And then the 1.61 fib from there takes it all the way down to 106.54. So let's zoom out real quick and just take a look at the overall chart. And like I said, this in past videos I said that this could be a third wave or that could have been the top. So I don't know. I know I have this labeled as A or 4 because that would be the fifth wave. This would be the A wave. So it's possible that this is some kind of weird B wave, extended B wave. So I'm watching out for that. This looks like an impulse down into demand, but we are above all the moving averages. So that's where it gets kind of tricky. It's kind of a mixed signal. So I'm going to be watching a lot of different things. You have this gap fill here at 125. Overall, it looks to me like this is probably not going to come back up here and go to new highs. I could be completely wrong about this, though, to be honest. This is one of the ones that is pretty tricky on the chart, in my opinion. Because, again, if the move ended here in June, this could be a B wave. And then that would make this the start of a C wave down, which actually looks pretty likely. So that would mean this would end up going, you know, something like this. And this would just be wave 1. So I'm cautious. I'm not sure 100% on this one yet. It's still above all the moving averages, so it looks like it could go to new highs. But again, it's probably more likely that this was the top. Could it be an expanded flat with going past the 1.61 fib? Yeah, it could be. If that happens, we'll know pretty quickly. This will go up to new highs, probably take off this week and go with the overall market. However, I'm just pretty cautious here. It got rejected so many times in this supply zone. So my number one count is probably going to end up being this over the next 3 to 4 months. Then again, you got a bunch of bullish option buying on last week during earnings. You had like 40 million in calls at the 110 strike. So those people were definitely converting those to shares, and they probably hold those shares. So it wouldn't surprise me either if we go to new highs. Microsoft looks like it's going to go up higher, in my opinion. I think it's probably going to at least hit. Okay, so it could come down here to 403. Similar to Tesla, maybe it has one more move down. somewhere down in here, or it's going to go straight up here. Where would I say it would go to? Potentially 450. Potentially 450 for Microsoft. Comes down here to 403, and just take this down here, it would come up here to 445. So I think Microsoft still got another move higher. QQQ, ignore that part. I think QQQ either has one more move down here to 463, that would be a 333, or it has already started its move higher to the 495 gap fill. So these are the two possibilities. If it breaks above 478, then I would say I would lean towards wave 3. Right now, I'm pretty neutral. Futures are red. We'll see what happens. Those are the two different possibilities. On SPY, it's a little bit different because it does not have the same pattern. If it's going to come down, it might be able to get down to like 555. But overall, I think this is perfect for a fourth wave. It either ended right here, and we're getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or it will end over here, some kind of triangle, and then go up after that. So I'm pretty bullish on pretty much everything. NVDA is the only one that's kind of iffy. I'm not bullish on IWM either. I think it likely topped out, and I think that 228 should be the top for a while. I think there's a minimum 185 coming, potentially all the way down to 152 if it gets really bad. And so I went over this a lot in that SoFi video. Check it out. But if it does go down to 152, there's a very good chance this is a second wave of an extension. Like that. So you can see, I pretty much think that the next 4 months are going to be really red. And then after that, we're going to be really, really green in 2025. Not sure how the elections are going to affect that or if they will at all. So no comment on that. But overall, pretty bullish into rate cuts unless something changes. But right now, I think futures are a little bit red. So a little bit red, nothing too major. So we'll see what happens. The VIX. The VIX has this weekly demand here at 1331. Don't be surprised if it falls all the way down to that on the next move higher. If it hits 1330 though, I'm very, very cautious at that point because it just fell from 64 basically straight down to 13. You're going to get at some point, and this is kind of what I'm expecting, at some point, you're going to get this pop back. It's not going to go straight down and then not pop back. You're going to get this pop back, and then it can come down here like that. So I'm just waiting for this B wave to happen. Once that B wave happens, I don't think we're going to get a new high unless something new comes into the market. Some kind of black swan. That's the only way we're going to get a new high in the VIX. But you probably will get a 50% retracement to 30 at least. So that's enough to bring the market down a bunch. And then the dollar, again, I went over this with this SoFi video. I'm looking for a minimum of 104.35. It already started bouncing from when I talked about it a few videos ago. And this could last all the way, let's see, A started right here. If B ended, think about this. No, B ended right there. So this took about a year and 7 months. Yeah, about a year and 7 months. So that says probably the next like 4 or 5 months minimum, maybe up to 8 months of a bullish dollar. So a bullish dollar going into the end of the year is what I'm expecting, potentially all the way up here to 112. probably not going to happen, but it could. And then you're looking at, after that, a collapse in the dollar down here to 6-month demand 91 to 96. And if you want to know what happens after that, it's not good. It is W, X, Y, and this is A. We're working on a B wave. And then that's when the market falls apart, up there. And then after that happens, we get hyperinflation, and then the dollar comes way down. So you're probably going to get like some kind of, I mean, this is just a guess, but you're probably going to get something like that. So look for the dollar to be stronger, weaker, very, very stronger, and then way, way weaker. Is kind of the pattern I'm looking for. So that's pretty much it for this video. I'm just going to go over those for now. We'll see what happens tonight. I'll do another update maybe during the market. But that's it for now. Leave me a comment, like, subscribe for more updates, and I will catch you in the next video.